afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 7th Annual Big Idea Pitch Competition. My name is Dan Ficini, and I'm the Managing Director of Innovation DuPage, and it's great to have you all here today. In a few short minutes, 7 student groups from across DuPage County will be presenting their innovative business ideas and will be competing for the top prize of $5,000. This event is an ongoing collaboration between Innovation DuPage and our founding partner, College of DuPage. And so without any further ado, I'm pleased to introduce the president of College of DuPage, Dr. Brian Caputo, for today's opening remarks. Dr. Caputo.
Thanks, Dan, and thank you all for being here. On behalf of College of DuPage and the DuPage Foundation, I'd like to welcome you all to the Big Idea Pitch Contest, the 7th annual. So we've been at this a while. College of DuPage is deeply invested in fostering and growing the entrepreneurial spirit in DuPage County and beyond. The Big Idea Pitch Contest is an opportunity to celebrate that entrepreneurial spirit through innovative products and services, whether conceptual, in development, or being offered through a launched startup. Today, we are going to hear from 8 talented and innovative finalist teams that were selected from a pool of more than 40 applicants representing current College of DuPage students, COD alumni, and area high school students and graduates. All were required to complete a rigorous audio and written, video and written application. This year's stakes are higher than ever. As Dan mentioned, the top prize is $5,000, while second place receives $4,000 and third place $3,000. The monetary prizes are funded through a generous contribution from Innovation DuPage with support from the DuPage Foundation and AT&T. All finalists receive a 6-month membership to Innovation DuPage, a not-for-profit enterprise that works with startup founders and small business owners to help them succeed. Winners will have access to expert mentoring and other resources in order to continue refining their business ideas. The Big Idea Pitch Contest is co-sponsored by Innovation DuPage and the College of DuPage's Business and Applied Technology Division, as well as its Continuing Education Division and Multimedia Services. In particular, I'd like to thank Sal Garcia from the Multimedia team. I don't know if Sal is here somewhere, maybe in the back. Bev Carlson and Professor Peter James from the Business and Applied Technology Division, and Innovation DuPage staff members Dan Ficini and Akshuna Verma. Together, they have been meeting and working behind the scenes since May in order to make this year's event a success. I want to congratulate all of the finalists. This is your opportunity to be in the spotlight and share your exciting business pitches. We look forward to hearing all of your big ideas, and I'm going to be followed by Mike Citrick, the CEO of the DuPage Foundation.
Thanks, Brian. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of DuPage Foundation and my colleague Barb Sapaniak, who's here with me tonight, it's a pleasure to be here sponsoring the Big Pitch, the Big Idea event. This is my first year attending, but I've heard many rave about it, so I can't wait to see what all of our finalists have in store. Innovation is such an invaluable skill. It's really inspiring to see a forum like this where young people can harness their intelligence and creativity to bring their visions to reality. We're in a similar business at DuPage Foundation. Well, we don't make products. We possess a deeply held vision of creating the best community possible by helping address some of our county's greatest challenges and opportunities to raise the quality of life for all here in DuPage County. And we've pursued that vision relentlessly for nearly 40 years, granting more than $90 million on behalf of our community and beyond throughout DuPage, with nearly half of that impact coming in just the last 5 years. A cornerstone of our work is our Community Impact Program, where local not-for-profits can apply for grants in multiple issue areas, such as health and human services, the education, the environment, and animal welfare. We also make grants in early childhood education through our Bright and Early DuPage program, and distribute arts and culture grants through our Arts DuPage initiative. Last fall, Innovation DuPage received a Community Impact Grant from us to support youth education initiatives, including the Big Idea Contest. When considering applications in the education category, our grant committee prioritizes programs that support pathways to self-sufficiency. The development of leadership skills and youth entrepreneurship aligns perfectly with that priority. We often hear that schools need to prepare students for jobs that don't even exist yet. But how do you prepare for the unknown? By dreaming, leaning into our sense of curiosity, and keeping fearless in our openness to experiment, fail, learn, and repeat until we achieve success. In preparing for tonight, I was reviewing some quotes from some famous inventors and found several good ones, but there was one from Leonardo da Vinci that really stuck with me. He said, "It had long come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things." So go out and happen to things. Be the spark, the catalyst, and the champion. Our thanks to Innovation DuPage for continuing to put on this exceptional contest that gives our youth the chance to exercise their creativity and innovation skills. Congrats again to all the finalists. I wish you luck and can't wait to see who wins.
Thank you, Dr. Caputo, and thank you, Michael, for those welcoming and opening comments. And thank you again to the DuPage Foundation and AT&T for their support of our youth initiatives. And now it's my pleasure to get our competition started, and I'll do that by introducing our Master of Ceremonies for today's event, Business and Entrepreneurship faculty with College of DuPage, Dr. Peter James.
Thank you, Dan. Good evening. So dry. Come on, folks. Good evening. How's everybody doing? This is exciting because there's very few of us in this room who have had the opportunity to present a pitch in front of an audience. So let's give our students a hand right off the top. As mentioned, my name is Dr. Peter A. James. I am a business and entrepreneurship faculty here on the College of DuPage campus. I'm very excited to be here. I would also be remiss if I did not make sure we acknowledge Dr. Janice Kushal, who's the Dean of Business and Applied Technology. Janice, good evening. And of course, Dr. Joe Cassidy, who is in the back. He's also the Assistant Provost, Workforce and Economics, and also the guy behind Innovation DuPage. Thank you so much, folks. So, folks, we're getting ready to get this started. This is very Shark Tank-esque. So, as you know, in Shark Tank, we have a group of sharks. We don't have sharks tonight, folks, but what we do have, we have judges. And I have to start out before we bring up our students, I have to introduce our distinguished judges. So judges, first and foremost, thank you so much for being here this evening, but please let me introduce them. First and foremost, we have John Frank. John is the founder and CEO of Third Road Management, a pioneer in the booming fractional services industry with a nationwide presence. Third Road Management was established in 2015 with the singular mission of revolutionizing how small to mid-sized organizations view and manage their financial office by providing fractional CFO and accounting services. Folks, let's give John a hand. Next, we have Nick Howard. Nick is founder of Bantix Technologies, a fintech company offering option software, as well as comprehensive reporting, data retrieval, market collaboration, and historical volatility tools that are used by brokers and traders around the world. Nick is also on the board of trustees of the College of DuPage. Folks, let's give Nick a hand. Next on deck is Dr. Lynn Honeycutt. Lynn is the Dean of the College of Business at Concordia University with over 25 years of experience as a researcher, a teacher, and administrator. Her research interests revolve around questions of information and decision-making, and her scholarly work lies mainly in applied economic theory. Folks, let's give Lynn a hand tonight. Next, we have Cheyenne John Lewis. Cheyenne is the president of the Tidy Queens Corporation. She brings over a decade of experience in strategic leadership, fostering innovation and driving sustainable growth. With a diverse background spanning finance, corporate management, and customer-centric roles, Cheyenne's expertise ensures insightful evaluation and guidance at the intersection of business acumen and client satisfaction. She is also a member of Innovation DuPage and a graduate of their Owner to CEO Business Accelerator program. Let's give Cheyenne a hand, folks. And last, but definitely not least, we have Paul Lafort. Paul is a retired senior partner of Deloitte Management Consulting, where he managed a portfolio of 140 clients in the healthcare, manufacturing, travel, and criminal justice industries. In addition to being a general partner of Lafort Investors LP, he was also founding investor in Impact Engine, a venture capital and private equity firm that drives positive impact in the areas of economic opportunity, environmental sustainability, and health equity. Folks, let's give Paul a hand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the introductions for tonight. So now, let's get to it, for sure. This is how our format will go, folks. For those of you, this is your first time. We will have 5 minutes for the presentations of each student group, and then 2 minutes of questions by our judges, or should I say sharks. Students, are we ready to begin the pitch contest? Folks, again, let's give a warm welcome for the 2024 Big Idea Pitch Contest. And without further ado, we have our first group. Our first business is Charisma. Charisma is represented by Rashima and Saeed. Folks, let's give Charisma a warm round of applause.
Coming into high school, growing up came much faster than expected.
We were often perplexed at what to do with that one cough that never left.
Or cramps that lasted all night. Then I waited a whole month for that one doctor's appointment just to get prescribed an Advil.
Hi, I'm Rashima.
And I'm Saeed, and we present you our solution, Charisma, an app that brings healthcare to students' fingertips.
The future of our country, students are often at risk of these healthcare barriers. Around 55% of American school students don't know where to go for their mental health. In addition, in 2023 alone, American public schools found a 70% increase in their students requesting a health service.
Encompassed in a 3-tier triage service, users will explain their health concerns to an AI chatbot integrated with NIH databases. Non-critical users will be provided easy access treatment, and critical users will be immediately directed to medical resources.
To ensure a proactive school healthcare system, our app will be tracking students' conditions and notifying schools with comprehensive data reports. This being said, to get a better snapshot of student health, we will be revolutionizing a first-ever school healthcare system. This being said, our primary target will be high school students, but we will also be having a secondary focus on university students as well, as we hope to expand later on. So to sign in, students will first start off with their school and student ID. Then they will then have to follow our terms and policies, share personal information they choose to share. Then they'll enter their health concerns and symptoms. Chatbox will ask follow-up questions. Then they'll be given a specialized treatment plan with medications with specific confidence reports. Then they'll be given daily reminders whenever they're using their phones and throughout the day. Lastly, at an alternate level 3 triage case, no medical advice will be given. At that point, they will immediately be directed to 911 hotlines, contacts of hospitals nearby, and at this point, the school will immediately be notified.
This is an example of a report that schools will receive that tracks student information as well as overall student well-being and will give a plan for proactive measures for student well-being. Then, to address security concerns, we will have a 3-tier authentication system with Face ID, passwords, and signed access tokens. But you may ask, with all the telehealth applications, why Charisma? Well, Charisma is the only telehealth that is tailored to students' needs. It is a certified Medicare advisor with constant support round the clock, unlike our competitors.
And this is where we need you investors. While we plan on developing the app ourselves, our total operation cost will be around $37,000. This being said, most of it will stem from infrastructure and purchasing third-party services. This will be by acquiring AWS services. In addition, we also hope to prioritize purchasing HTTPS protocols and ensuring encrypt information for all of our users' privacy. Moreover, we'll be purchasing Google communication tools, APIs, and an AI conversational chat box.
Our revenue streams will branch out into 3 different models. The basic model will have daily reminders, but with monitored ads of affiliate marketing costing $10. The Pro model will have no ads, but with an in-depth data analysis. The premium model will also have no ads, but additional training programs for students and faculty, such as the mental health aid certification program costing $30.
So our projected timeline, for May of 2024, we are finalizing our prototype and basically creating an MVP. In a survey that we have conducted at the Illinois Mathematics and Science Academy, we have already secured 25% of users who would be interested in using our app. Therefore, in the upcoming school year, we'll be launching a pilot program and therefore using this feedback to help enhance our app's features. Therefore, in January of 2025, we'll be doing a test user interface, applying for copyright registration, and start marketing. Therefore, and finally, in September of 2025, we'll be launching into the Illinois high school market.
Right now, our business has a predicted growth of $350 million only by 2030, and it will only increase with your help for students' futures, your children's futures, and our futures. With 30 new specialized team members, we will also expand to US companies that prioritize employee health with 25,000 downloads by 2028, and then we will also expand to 7,000 universities and high schools by 2028 as well.
Thank you for your time.
Folks, Charisma represents Illinois Math and Science Academy. Judges, 2 minutes are on the clock for your questions. Paul, yes, please.
2 questions. One is the logic for triaging and the medical logic behind this. Who is behind creating that?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. That's a great question. So first of all, our app will be using databases from the NHI, and that will be using something called a START system, which is basically a triage system that a lot of hospitals use now. To answer your question specifically, a lot of the things that we'll be asking with our follow-up questions in our chat box will be asking like, is breathing all right for you? If you can't track your heart rate, what is your heart rate? And using these types of cases, we'll be able to triage, especially understanding if it is at a level 3, because if a user is finding difficulty breathing, not being able to see, and etc.
Your life's at risk at level 3, while tier 1 is just like a normal headache.
Yeah.
And tier 2 would be like communicable disease.
Second quick question. How do you protect the privacy of the individuals when you report back to the school? It's the reporting back to the school part. Do they have access to individuals?
So if you are under a level 1 and level 2 triage, no schools will be able to specifically access your whatever you search and your specific condition that you search up. And this being said, at a level 3 triage, basically, there is a HIPAA law that states if a person is at immediate risk or danger, we, medical professionals and everybody else, is allowed to go contact support services. The only time we are releasing our users' information with whatever they search up and the specific ID is when it's at that level 3 triage. At that point, there'll only just be overall databases that there will be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, we have time for one more quick question. Let's go with Lynn over here.
So this is meant for high school students, correct? Most high school students are minors, and as a parent of minors, recent minors, I know that I had to sign a lot of forms, and I really had to be involved in my children's health care. How will you solve that problem?
To solve that problem, well, first, you want your students safe at all times in the school environment, right? 24/7, we just want this app to give you extra support, especially in high school times. I know with my parents, I haven't been able to talk to them as much as before, just because we're so busy. And in that case, we just want to provide another second opinion. We don't want to replace any medical professionals, just that second opinion. And at the same time, we will not be tracking any data.
And therefore, this is going through the school, so no forms on your end as a parent will be needed to sign. This is exactly just offering as a second opinion.
Folks, let's give Charisma another hand. Judges, about 60 seconds to tally your scores. All righty, folks, we are ready for our next group. Representing Wheaton, Warrenville South High School, we have Brendan and Max and Junk Armor. Let's give them a hand, folks.
Now I get it. I got you.
I'm Max Schlegel.
I'm Brennan Cassidy, and we are Junk Armor. When Max and I joined our high school's lacrosse team last year, we noticed a massive problem with player safety. Within the first 2 practices, 2 of our teammates were sent to the emergency room due to receiving a hit to the testicles. We came to realize that this is a reoccurring issue in lacrosse, and that statistically, 49% of these athletes are receiving a testicular injury at one point or another. And although nutshot videos like these are funny, the injuries that come along with them certainly are not. Injuries such as torsion, degloving, and rupture all are incredibly painful and can all lead to future complications such as erectile dysfunction and the lack of production of both testosterone and sperm, which will limit this athlete's ability to have kids in the future. This high rate of injury can be directly attributed to the fact that 87% of these athletes are still not wearing an athletic cup. After noticing these huge risks and consequences, Junk Armor made it our mission to allow our teammates to play the game that they love comfortably and safely.
The current athletic cup is extremely uncomfortable. First of all, these rigid plastic sides completely impede the movement of your legs. Second of all, the bottom tip of this cup is too wide for most people's legs and will cause a lot of chafing. Thirdly, the compression short that they sell alongside this cup does not hold the cup tightly against your body for the entire game, so you'll often find yourself having to readjust it. Junk Armor solves all these pain points by having an impact protection foam replacing the sides. This leaves the movement so that your legs will not be obstructed while you're trying to move, and we have also added a narrower cup tip so that the tip will fit through your legs and it will completely eliminate any chafing. We also redesigned our compression short so that the cup will be held tightly against your body for the entire game.
So, for our target market, we're going to be primarily focusing on high school lacrosse players and their parents. We want to dominate the lacrosse market. Reason being, lacrosse is one of the fastest growing sports in America, with over 2.6 million kids picking up the stick just in the last couple years. On top of this, lacrosse parents spend a huge amount of money on their kids. On average, they're spending just a little over $1,200, and when we surveyed our local lacrosse parents, asking them if they'd pay a premium price for an athletic cup, they all agreed and said yes, as long as their kid would actually want to wear the athletic cup. Lastly, we believe that lacrosse has the most prevalent need for an athletic cup due to its high velocity and physical nature.
We have 2 main competitors, Shock Doctor and Cool OMG. Shock Doctor has 18 products on Amazon. They sell their cup and compression short for $35. They sell just over 16,000 units a month on Amazon, which leads to $315,000 in revenue. Shock Doctor is also a huge retail competitor for us. You'll find them pretty much anywhere you'll find athletic equipment, so like Dick's, Tama Lacrosse, Walmart, and Target primarily. While Cool OMG, on the other hand, dominates the online market. They have 12 products on Amazon, and they sell over 50,000 units a month, which is over $1 million in revenue. Cool OMG sells their cup and compression short combo for $21. For Junk Armor, we are aiming to create a premium product. We believe parents are willing to spend the extra money for a high-quality cup and compression short combo. This is why we have placed our product at $69.99. For our revenue forecast, we project to get 0.5% of the Amazon cup market, which is a little over $500,000. For our growth, we are looking at a similar cup company called Comfy Cup. They target the youth baseball market and have gotten 1,412% growth over 23 months. Because we can target a wider population than they can, we can expect to meet or exceed their growth.
So, what Junk Armor has done to develop our business so far is we've established ourselves as an official LLC. In doing so, we've opened up a Shopify and gained over $2,500 in sales through our compression shorts and our merchandise. We've also begun a huge awareness campaign locally and in our lacrosse team. We have posted videos on TikTok and Instagram, gaining thousands of views, while also highlighting the importance of wearing a cup. We've also begun to sell our very own Got Balls t-shirts. These t-shirts have become a fan favorite in our school and have been seen by many in the hallways. Lastly, we also provided our entire JV lacrosse team with a Junk Armor prototype. This night was a huge success for us, and they provided us with much positive feedback of our very own cup. What Junk Armor is currently focused on right now, though, is product development. We need to meet this manufacturer. We have met with a couple, and we believe soon that we're going to find the right fit. On top of this, we are also developing our very own compression shorts with a built-in jockstrap system. And this is exactly what we're using all the prize money for. It is being directly invested fully into textile development. We have already began this process with a design consultant, and we paid her the initial $1,500 to have a manufacturer set in stone. With this potential prize money and the investments we are currently receiving from our family and peers, Junk Armor is getting even closer to our goal of getting athletes the product that they need and want. So judges, don't be a punk. Protect your junk.
Nice job there, gentlemen. And where were you 30 years ago? Judges, 2 minutes for questions. Actually, 5 minutes for questions. Forgive me. 5 minutes. Go ahead, Judge.
Can you explain why your product is better than those other products in the market that you talked about on Amazon?
Yeah, so currently this Shock Doctor is like the most popular cup, and 87% of athletes are not wearing it. So obviously there's a problem with it, and we've identified it as these rigid sides and the large tip of the bottom of the cup. So I kind of tripped up when I was explaining it, but the impact protection foam on the sides is supposed to conform to the movement of your legs, and then you heard about the bottom of the tip, it fits between. I've worn this for 2 years now. I wear it to my own lacrosse games. We both play lacrosse, and it is proven and it works. Our whole lacrosse team has gotten a lot of positive feedback on it, and we truly believe our prototype is even better than that on the market.
Got it. And then second question, you talked about the lacrosse market, specifically the high school market, and you said that it was larger than the population of baseball players. Do you have know exactly what those numbers are?
Yeah, so we don't know those specific numbers, but the company we were talking about, Comfy Cup, they only use one material for the entire cup, while we're using two. So they're only able to protect against low-speed projectiles, and so for that reason, they're only doing youth sports. And with ours, we can target both youth and adult or high school sports. So we figure our population would be bigger.
So,
Yeah, Nick.
So you guys, just a couple, I have 2 or 3 questions. You guys are using the piece that you passed around?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a used.
Oh, no,
cup.
not those ones. Not those ones. No.
I just want to verify.
We have our own pair, yes.
Because we didn't get any sanitizer in our swag bag.
No.
Okay, so so you guys are using them, the ones, something like that you're using. So
Yeah.
you have.
We're using this and the compression shorts along with.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so you have experience, you know it works. So
Yeah.
who's manufacturing those for you right now? You guys are doing it by hand, or?
Yeah, that's 3D printed in my basement, and then for that one, it's just weaving with string, and then the material is just bought online. This is a traditional impact protection foam.
Okay, so what's the cost of goods for that right now?
For that, right there, that would be about $2.
So $2. So you think if you do a mass manufacturing, you can lower that even further? Do you have any idea what the cost of goods will be?
We think the compression shorts would be a little more expensive than the cup itself, but we're looking to get it around $10 to $12 for the combined.
A silly question. If you have a tight enough compression short, do you even need the custom compression short? Or have you tried without it? Or does it have to have the pocket?
Yeah, you have to have a pocket. Yeah.
Okay, and then I understand why you're targeting the lacrosse market first, right? But it really can go, if it's comfortable enough, it could be used for any sport, right?
Totally.
So it almost becomes like a non-issue to put it on if you don't know that it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheyenne, question? No question. Anyway, Paul.
What's the logic behind you saying 90% of them or 75% don't use it, don't use cups? Do you think it's just because they don't want to use one, or do you think it's because the ones that are available are not good?
Yeah, so right now, before we did this, I didn't wear a cup. None of the kids on our team wore a cup just because we wore it when we were a kid and we started kind of hating it.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of just thrown it away. I bought this cup for this pitch. I didn't even own a cup until since I was 13.
Is there a major star that you need a testimonial from?
We have a few, like we said, 2 of our players went to the hospital from them, so yes.
No, I meant as testimonial for the product.
Oh. Yeah, well, myself, I wear it for every game.
Yeah,
so.
no. I meant some nationally recognized lacrosse player.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea, yeah.
Okay.
Great idea, Paul. Good idea. Hey, folks, let's give the junk armor folks a hand. Judges, 2 minutes. 2 minutes to tally your notes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling right along. 2 groups down, and we are on our third is on deck. Without further ado, folks, please allow me to welcome Jessica from Elmhurst University and her company, Tune Up AI.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, judges and audience. My name is Jessica Pavlikovikas, and I present to you Tune Up AI. Now, let's start with the audience. Raise your hand if you love to drive. How about taking care of your car's maintenance? What about love it when you run into severe car trouble and have to overpay for pesky repairs? That's what I thought. Let me introduce to you Tune Up AI, where AI is integrated to find the best service shops at the right price, send you personalized reminders about your upcoming services, and revolutionize your car's maintenance. We want to empower our drivers and take the proactive approach of knowing when trouble's ahead. By using AI within the app, we're able to provide real-time information to enhance and promote proper maintenance of your vehicles. Now, our mission is to inspire and empower all of our drivers. Our vision, to give you unwavering confidence when it comes to your vehicles and yourselves. And we all know how busy life can get and how busy you are. That's why we're here, so you can rely on us. Our target market is you. Female drivers make up more than half of the percentage of all drivers in the state of Illinois, and they're at the top of our list. Why? Because I cannot tell you how many times I've needed to call my dad and ask for help when it came to anything car-related. And this goes for the number of times that I've been overcharged for being a female. Now, we want to include all of our drivers in the state. As we watch the market grow past $191.7 billion, I think we could all use a change for once. And our competitors are just not doing it right, either by providing misinformation or being deceptive. That's why Tune Up AI is the future, by utilizing Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services to power AI and machine learning. So, what does this all mean? Well, judges, think of Tune Up AI as your eyes and ears. In the app, you'll be able to see real-time adaptation of your car's information. You'll log into the app, place in all your information, including your odometer reading, and let the AI predict and summarize all of your car's information, so it knows how your automobile is running at every single moment. And this helps us not only stay connected with your vehicles, but also with you. Tune Up AI data mines millions of reviews and ratings to help search for the most reliable repair shops around. This allows us to show real and authentic information on your local service shops and show real price ranges for when you're actually going to get the repair. As an added safeguard, we only pair with the best and most reliable repair shops around. Now, in order to support you, we need to support our vision. That's why we'll develop the best support team for all of your maintenance needs. We will uniquely have 2 different streams of revenue. One, from our business transactions, where we will have service shops be charged a 5% commission on all services made through the app, as well as customer transactions, where if a customer uses a repair shop that they do not see on the app, but also plans on booking with the app, they'll be charged a one-time transaction fee. And after every single repair, we'll send out a post-repair customer survey to ensure that we stand on credibility and rankings accordingly. Now, judges, I plan on spending my earnings by taking a step forward to developing the app itself and use beta testing to make sure that it is just right. And this has been a lifelong lifelong dream of mine, and with your help, we're going to change everything. Judges, our future is bright. We plan on success. Not only are we going to empower all our drivers, revolutionize the car maintenance industry, but we're also going to ensure that you don't get ripped off. Thank you all for listening. I will open the floor to you.
Judges, 2 minutes for questions, 2 minutes. First one, Cheyenne.
So how is this different from reviews you see on like Google, and how would you compete with that?
Yeah, great question. So I feel like when you're searching up reviews and ratings, it can be kind of misconstrued. You don't really have the information backing up to know if somebody is lying or not on the internet. So when AI is used, you'll be able to go through all of those millions of reviews and make sure that all of them coincide and are cohesive of the actual company. So there's not gonna be any flubs where you went to a repair shop, it had a great review, and you ended up getting ripped off anyways.
I think if you can explain a little bit more clearly how the interaction with there seems to be some interaction with the car.
Yes.
and whatever application. So how's that interaction gonna take place?
Yeah, so once you get the app, you'll put in all of your information, login information, and then you'll go to your car and read the odometer reading. By entering that information in, you're automatically connecting your car in its current state to how your car is going to perform within the app. And later on, AI is going to be predictive about how you're driving, how far you're going to drive. And we've also thought about adding a tune-up AI gadget into your car, sort of like a Bluetooth kind of thing, where it's always going to be with you, it's always going to be geolocation activated, and it'll just know when trouble is coming.
Okay, so are you thinking of trying to integrate that with the same thing that the service people use to do the electronic testing? Is that what you're talking about with the gadget that's in the car? Or is this just something that's going to be connected to always be in your phone, or always be connected to your phone and always be in your car? Mm-hmm. There's no interactivity actually with the car itself?
That's a great question. So I have gone over the idea of adding some sort of gadget for the OBD port, but I think that it is too, integrated. It's too much given into the car. That's why I feel like nowadays, with everybody on their phones, adding that Bluetooth aspect, they won't have to worry about it, they won't have to think about it, and it's always gonna be there for them.
All right, folks, let's give Jessica from Tune Up AI a hand. Judges, 60 seconds to tally your notes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling right along. We have had some phenomenal presentations already. Think about it, we've had charisma, junk armor, and tune-up AI. Almost all of them have gone over my head to a certain extent, but we're not gonna disappoint, we're gonna keep up the detail. Without further ado, from the distinguished College of DuPage, we have Dixon representing Legacy LLC. Let's give them a hand, folks.
Good evening, my name is Dixon Stapleton and I'm a co-founder at Legacy. We provide sustainable and ethical custom apparel for corporations and organizations. 3 years ago, my business partner Noah and I were sophomores in high school, keen on making a difference in our community. But how? Growing up in Seattle, homelessness was a constant issue. A memory seared into my mind is seeing a family with kids my age living under a bridge. We felt powerless to help, but we remembered that there were organizations out there with the tools in place to make a difference. To contribute, we started Legacy, a clothing company that donates to help homeless youth. We started out just printing some of our designs on blank apparel and selling them to friends and family. We donated a portion of these early profits to Youth Care, a charity in the Pacific Northwest that helps homeless youth. We targeted education and employment programs, and last year we donated to the GED program. We were able to help out kids like Jaden, who after being kicked out of his foster home, was able to use the GED program to get back on his feet and pursue his dreams as a chef. But the more we looked into the clothing market and sold clothes, the more we realized the problems within the industry. We kept stumbling upon stories like Nazarene, and even though we were trying to leverage the industry for good, we kept realizing that the workers who were making our apparel were being exploited. Nazreen was a factory worker in Nepal who as a child was forced to work 20 hours a day in a sweatshop. But she's far from alone. Around the world, more than 25 million people are caught in the cycle of forced labor. Those same feelings that drove us to help homeless youth today drive us to try and help child laborers around the world. Our first step was WRAP certification. We had to ensure all of our products were WRAP certified. What does that mean? Well, WRAP is the largest independent auditor of factories in the world. They ensure no child labor, no forced labor, and they keep factory workers safe. In the safe factories, someone like Nazreen would never have been able to work, and she would have been kept safe and have a good childhood. Now, take a look at the apparel in front of you. As you try it on and feel it, recognize that they represent a set of values. Legacy is all about protecting homeless youth and child workers. Now, it's not just a human impact. There's also an environmental impact as well. How do we address that? Well, the average white t-shirt takes 700 gallons of water to produce, but our suppliers have been able to reduce that number sevenfold to just 100 gallons. Now, our mission is to connect people and organizations to causes that matter. We've established that there are issues with ethics and sustainability in the industry, but we've also shown we can address them. At Legacy, when you wear our products and buy them, you solve these issues, and you contribute to a cause that matters. Our solution is custom corporate apparel for organizations and corporations and individuals who want to make a difference. It's ethically produced, sustainably made, and it gives back to the community. Now, in our analysis of the custom apparel marketplace, we found two major competitors, Custom Ink and Real Thread, but none match our full package. We're the only brand that offers sustainable and ethical materials, personalized design help, and a commitment to the community, all at a competitive price. Now, younger generations are increasingly interested in sustainability. The sustainable apparel market is projected to double over the course of the next decade, and companies need to be prepared to react to that. And they're doing so through something called CSR, corporate social responsibility. When we look at our total addressable market of nearly $500 million, we see corporate social responsibility-focused companies as our entry point. When looking at our business model, we have to be strategic in gaining market share. We're looking for three things in our clients: a big budget, a commitment to sustainability, and a need for casual apparel. We're looking at people like private universities and companies with young workforces. We've already started. Take a look on the right. We worked with Roosevelt High School in Seattle to produce shirts for their student store, and that's our original design. Now, you're probably thinking, why is it only t-shirts and crew necks? Well, formal apparel is on the decline, and casual apparel is on the rise, thanks to younger generation's preference for more casual and more laid-back dress codes. Now let's talk results. Over the past 2.5 years, we've demonstrated that we can get it done. We've done $11,000 in revenue with strong margins, and we have a great growth rate. This year, we're projected to have $17,000 in revenue. We started this company on a shoestring budget, and we built it into real revenue. But we need your help. With the funding, we plan to work on paid marketing, web development, and new product designs in order to properly scale. Today, we've come from a really long way. We started as a company that made clothes for homeless youth, but today, we're revolutionizing the way custom corporate apparel is produced. I hope you'll join us on this journey and build a lasting legacy with us. Thank you.
All right, judges, question, 2 minutes for questions for Dixon and Legacy LLC. Yes, Lynn.
As a person who moved here 2 years ago from Tacoma, I have to ask, first of all, are you expanding from an operation in Seattle to here? That's question number one. Question number two, and this is the more important question, who's your target? Who are you marketing to? Are you marketing to youth, or are you marketing to people like me who might want to buy something for my college?
Right, that's a great question. So the first one is, yeah, we started out in Seattle. So I moved from Seattle before high school, but my business partner was still there. Now he's at Fordham University in New York. So we kind of have 3 target markets: Seattle, New York, and Chicago. And we also are bringing on someone that I know who's at Boston College. So really we have 4 major cities that we can work from. And that's awesome. And then your second question, going back to that slide. Our target market, yeah. So we started out, like I said, marketing to youth because we were in high school. And it was just more of a project we were trying to focus on selling to our friends. But today we're trying to do more B2B sales. And so we've met with colleges. We've met with a company in Brooklyn that's like, they're a startup, but they're looking for apparel. So really we're marketing to real businesses now.
Yes, Paul.
It seems that the people you're marketing to you're really a middle person. You're a middleman, right? Because you're selling to organizations that are interested in providing this type of apparel. You're not really going to the end consumer, are you?
No, so what we're trying to target, that's a great question. We're trying to target companies that are going to give these clothes to their employees as part of their CSR plan. So we feel that a lot of people are more concerned with the products they buy and who they're employed by. They really want to see that their company is doing good, and we think this is a way to demonstrate that. So we're bringing what would traditionally be maybe a company quarter zip. We're trying to use that as leverage to have a CSR goal coming out of that. And so we're targeting those companies who are interested in that.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, so that wraps up our questions there. Let's give another round of applause for Dixon and Legacy LLC. Judges, 60 seconds to tally your notes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially over halfway through our presentations. All right, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, you all still with me? Yeah. So dry. Come on, we could do better than that. Hello, folks. Give yourselves a hand. All right, we have 3 more businesses to present, and let's dive on in. Representing Downers Grove North High School, we have Rebecca and Samantha, and their business is Compost Teacher. Let's give them a hand, folks.
There is a lack of informational resources about composting available to residents of communities. While this may not seem like a very big problem right now, did you know that New York City has mandated that all their residents compost in order to reduce their food waste? That's right, whether they like it or not, they don't have a choice. And this is in one of the biggest cities in the world. There's a similar case in San Francisco, Japan, Germany, and it'll be coming to towns across the US very soon. Rather than have residents scramble to learn all about a foreign new concept, why can't local government already have a system in place to help ease with this transition? That is why we are offering an easy to implement and templated website and social media marketing plan to local government in order to inform their residents everything they need to know about how to start composting and make it a daily habit. I'm Samantha Naylor.
I'm Rebecca Law.
And we are your compost teacher. So as I mentioned before, we are selling a website. The website will offer various pages on how to start composting, why you should compost, and it will be catered very specifically to every community we're servicing. For example, this is a website that we already have up and running, compostteacher.com, and we're currently designing it for the village of Downers Grove. It's very fun and easy to use. As I also mentioned before, we have our social media marketing plan. No, let's be honest, no residents are gonna go to a random website just of their free will. That is why it's so important to have social media. That is how these communities will reach their residents directly. This is the Instagram account we have set up right now called Compost Teacher Basecamp. It's not for any community in particular. It's more of a baseline, hence the base camp. And we're kind of using this as a test run for what we will actually post once municipalities subscribe to our service. So as you can see, we have fun little infographics about compost reviews, how to compost, what you can and cannot compost. Basically, what we want to do is make sure people have fun and see that composting is really easy and attainable.
So our target market is set to Illinois. There is currently 1,456 towns in Illinois. With that being said, 500 towns in Illinois have websites. However, that's supposed to be 405 towns. They have little to no composting information. That is who we are trying to target. So theoretically, 405 towns, and we each sell them a website that's going to be priced at around $8,000. That will generate us a revenue of over $3 million. And let's not forget that we are subscription-based, so our revenue will be compounding over time. What's interesting about our service is that we have no direct competitors. Yes, no one is doing this. However, we do have 2 indirect competitors. There's one with social media, and they are providing information about composting, and the other is websites that are selling composters. Basically, what we did is that we combined these 2 ideas into one, and we also took it a step further by personalizing it to towns.
So right now, we have 3 different packages that municipalities can purchase. Every package comes with an initial purchasing price for the base website of $4,500. This is for the website that will be very specifically designed for that town. It'll have information exclusively of that town, such as what resources are already out there and climate, stuff like that. We have our basic plan that only comes with the website. That's $4,500, again, for the initial purchase, and there's a $2,000 a year maintenance fee. That means we're gonna keep the domain up, make sure all the information is up to date and relevant, and if any help comes in, or like helpline, because we will have a helpline or desk tickets, we will be addressing those. Our standard plan is for $8,000 a year, and we'll have the website, but we'll also have a social media plan. Again, like I said, this is the most important thing because that is how the actual village is going to be reaching their residents. The standard plan comes with 3 posts a week for $6,000 a year, and we will be posting various infographics, like I said before. We'll also be interacting with other people so that we ensure that all of the residents are being reached. Our premium plan is kind of the same deal, except it's 6 posts per week for $12,000 a year, again with that $2,000 a year service fee.
So you might be wondering, how will we really sell to these towns? Well, we have split that up into 3 phases. The first phase is to contact. First, we're going to reach out to these villages to set up a meeting. And then phase 2 is approval. At the meeting, we will be pitching our website and social media plan in order to seek their approval. When we do get their approval, we will integrate our website into theirs and also start any social media pages they have purchased. And then phase 3 is scale. To get more villages on board and into the subscription, we plan on using methods such as email chains, word of mouth, and social media. We are really happy to inform you that we are currently working on a sale with the village of Downers Grove. We've already met with a village representative who seemed very interested into our service, and we are going to be moving forward with a future meeting. We're going to be pitching at a future meeting with Downers Grove.
If we were to get funding from Innovation DuPage, it would greatly help our business. Right now, we have built our website through the web service WordPress. It's a very professional engine. A lot of big companies use it. But the thing is that since it's a professional site, it's kind of harder than, say, building a website off of Wix. With about a $30,000 budget, we would be able to hire a web developer just to polish up our website and knock some of the kinks out. We would also buy WordPress multi-site. This would allow us to copy our website and then paste it over and over again so that we could keep making websites for more villages. We would also need a budget for our social media, making sure that all of the images we use aren't following copyright infringements. And our planet is our responsibility. We feel that it is so important, especially as members of a younger generation, to take care of this beautiful planet that we live on for our generation and generations to come. That is why we want to implement composting as a daily habit for all people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, judges, 2 minutes of questions for compost teacher.
I'll start. So I guess my first question is, why would you limit yourself just to Illinois? Basically, what you're creating is a white label version of a website for whomever would like to buy it, right?
Yeah.
So is the Illinois limitation based on the fact that's who you can reach sort of easily?
Yeah.
Or the fact that you're using social media, it shouldn't really matter, you know, what your reach is. So can you just talk a little bit about that?
Great question. We don't want to just limit ourselves to Illinois. We are planning on scaling in the future, but when we met with one of the heads of the environmental committee at Downers Grove, one of the things he loved was that it was student-led and local. We just figured being in the Illinois area, people will be more drawn to our service, and we will be able to offer a more, I guess, personalized service for them. But we definitely hope to scale in the future and maybe try to get students involved if we expand to other states. That answers your question.
Yeah, it does. I think that's a good answer to that, but at the same time, I think that you shouldn't limit yourself in that respect, right?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, something like this, you have the ability to create something, parts of the information are very generic and addressable across any state or any compost program. What you're really doing in the different municipalities is addressing the specific needs that they have within. Like Downers might be different than Glen Ellen, might be different than Lombard, right? But I do like that, and I think that you want to talk about why you picked 3 tiers. I know my answer to this, why you picked 3 tiers of pricing. You want to talk about why you picked your 3 tiers of pricing?
We just figured that we wanted to offer some more options rather than just like a very firm price. If people want more outreach, say they have a bigger community with more people to service, they might want more engagement. I mean, the more posts you have, the better chance people are going to see it. And we also want to offer a package for communities that can't pay as much, but they just want something about composting, seeing as it is a very prevalent problem in the coming future.
Yeah, okay. That's a great answer for that. Also, it's always good to have three because people tend to move toward the middle on their purchase. So, but what you said is very good. So
thank you, judges, for all of those questions. Folks, let's give compost teacher a hand. Judges, 60 seconds to tally your notes. Alrighty, folks, we are moving right along. We have another phenomenal business, another business representing the Illinois Math and Science Academy. We have Sign Hall with Addie and Sri. Let's give them a round of applause, folks.
In a world where every voice matters, communication is vital. But for over 72 million people worldwide who rely on sign language to communicate, it's an everyday challenge. As less than 0.1% of the population understands sign language, these individuals face communication barriers in the workplace, daily life, and emergency situations. On top of that, sign language interpreters are not available 24/7 and can charge upwards of $75 an hour, making them inaccessible to those that rely on them. The lack of solutions inspired us to develop Signal. Signal is an AI-based sign language translation app. It's simple. Point the camera of the mobile device at the person signing, and Signal will provide a real-time translation. In the event that an individual doesn't have Signal downloaded on their phone, they can gain temporary web access to Signal through the shareable code of a Signal user. This web account will then be linked to the account of the Signal user for billing purposes.
Let's take a look at Signal in action. Now onto the back end. Our current AI model can translate upwards of 65 gestures in all ASL characters. To accomplish this, we've developed SignTrack. SignTrack uses custom geospatial plotting technology to plot over 10,000 points on a user's face, torso, and arms.
It's important to note that sign language isn't just a mix of hand gestures. It incorporates subtle movements of the face, shoulders, and torso. This is where we excel in comparison to our competitors and allow us to achieve this unparalleled accuracy.
These points are then fed into our AI model to gain an accuracy of over 92%, which is unparalleled in this space. In addition, we're working with our legal team to get patent pending on SignTrack.
So, how much are we charging for this? We have two plans, the individual app and enterprise package. The individual app will be charged on a per-use basis with 3 conversations costing $1. Once a user clicks Start Translate, they'll have up to 10 minutes before the translation stops. That's 1 conversation. The enterprise package includes services such as video call translation, translation at customer service counters, and many more. The price for this service will be custom tailored to fit the specific needs of each business. On top of that, both plans include free access to our sign language learning toolkit. This includes a custom AI that provides personalized feedback on a user's sign language skills.
Let's take a look at Signal's journey. We're currently working with our partnering hard of hearing centers to beta and pilot our app. After that, we'll get feedback from that and launch our public app within the next 6 months, followed by our enterprise release and our SDK within the following years.
We've already gained interest from over 3,000 individuals who have signed up on our waitlist at signal.live. And we've also raised around $10,000 in funding, and we're looking to start our pre-seed funding round within the coming months.
Signal is working with industry leaders in the technology and sign language space. For example, we have been in discussion with Qualcomm to develop Signal's model on the next generation of chipset. Additionally, we're working closely with partners and centers in the sign language space, and also hundreds of businesses have reached out to Signal to integrate our technology into their product. In fact, just last week, 2 French founders of a dating app for disabled individuals were out for lunch and heard about Signal. We're so excited to work with them to integrate our technology into their product. As you see, with Signal, the possibilities are truly limitless. And with a little help from you, we can help make this global communication barrier a thing of the past. Thank you so much for your time. And at this point, we'd like to open up the floor to any questions.
All right, judges, 2 minutes for questions for Signal. John, yeah.
My question was, well, just a feedback point would be, I think it's a great product. I think you got to think about who your market is, because I think you can sell this to colleges and hospital systems, stores. Imagine going to a Target and somebody has a question for somebody in the store. They need to be able to, ask that question to somebody that may not know sign language. So that leads to my question is, can you speak into the app and it will interpret back to the person that that is using sign language?
So that's one thing that we were initially we're looking at in our beta app, but we found that most users just found it more effective just type on notes. But we integrated into our product, but that's not really the pain point that Signal is addressing.
What is the unique technology that you're thinking of patenting?
SignTrack, yeah. So SignTrack, the unique thing with SignTrack is it actually tracks 3 parts of the human body: the face, the torso, and the arms. This has not been done before, and that's why our accuracy is so high compared to other products that are trying to do this.
Okay, thank you.
One more question, judges.
If I may, yeah, I think a couple things. I think your dollar is too low and your video is too long. So it shouldn't be 10 minutes, it's a long conversation. So I think you can get away with a higher price and a lesser time frame on that. And one thing you mentioned sort of as a throwaway was the educational piece of this. I mean, the app in and of itself will work as, the technology you're creating will let somebody practice and experience, right back with the translation. So something to consider as well. That might be the free part where you give it away and that costs nothing, but, and then the translation for, the businesses like John said and stuff like that would be where you could start to generate some revenue. But good job, you guys.
Yeah, just to touch on that really quickly, we plan on making our app actually free once our enterprise package scales up fully. So that's really fosters our commitment towards making sign language more accessible.
All right, folks, let's give Adi and Sri from Signal another round of applause. Judges, 60 seconds to tally your notes. Folks, we are down to the last presentations. Thank you so much for your patience and your engagement. All righty, folks, we are down to the wire. We do have our last business presenting. Representing Naperville North High School, we have Brighton and Nathan. Right. And Stall Secure. Let's give them a hand, folks.
Good afternoon, judges. I'm Nathan Mendoza. And I'm Brighton Kong. We're from Naperville North High School, and we are Stall Secure. How many people here have used a public bathroom stall before? All right, well, have you been in this situation? You're in a busy bathroom, and you finally get into a stall and sit down. It's business as usual until suddenly you see a stranger peeping through the stall door gap. And then you make eye contact. It's uncomfortable and embarrassing. This intrusive gap has been plaguing the nation and ultimately causing widespread bathroom anxiety. That's why you need Stall Secure. Our product is for people that also carry around personal belongings, because not only does our product block the bathroom gap, but it saves your personal belongings from ending up on the dirty bathroom floor in the event that a stall doesn't have a hook. Here's how our current patent pending product works. You take this small portable device and hang it on top of the bathroom stall with these 2 hooks. From there, on the side, you have 2 ergonomic knobs you can use to roll down or retract this piece of silicone rubber that's going to seal and block that annoying bathroom gap. And over here, on the bottom, you have a pair of hooks that you can use to hang your belongings, like a jacket, bag, purse, and more, with each hook being able to hold up to 40 pounds of weight. Also, the Stall Secure is perfect to carry around with you anywhere you go and can even be used as a keychain. And every order comes with an instructional pamphlet and a small baggie to store your Stall Secure in. And for sanitary sakes, the Stall Secure is also dishwasher safe, and we're working on a way to make it washing machine safe. Believe it or not, 15 to 35% of the world suffers from bathroom anxiety. This leaves people making unhealthy decisions and skipping the restroom entirely. See, we partnered with a professional sociologist and conducted an original survey with our target market, which is women between the ages 21 and 60 who also commute daily. Because if you think about it, women who commute daily are exposed to public bathrooms frequently, and they are forced to use stalls. So in our survey with 380 nationally represented women, the survey results tell us that 86% have showed a problem with the bathroom gap in stalls, and 97% showed an issue with the lack of hooks in bathroom stalls. Currently, we are the only company on the market to sell a product just like the Stall Secure. The only company that may be a competitor is called Retract the Gap, which advertises a similar product that blocks a bathroom gap, but features no hooks to hang your belongings like we do. Also, the company has been in somewhat of a dormant state for a while, and they only feature concept drawings on their website, and they have no sign of any physical products that are currently in development or that are for sale. Meanwhile, here at Stall Secure, we have been nonstop innovating and have been through over 10 different prototypes since we started in August. Our product is for sale on stall-secure.com, and we are patent pending and an official LLC. Now, we are currently in talks with lawyers to get trademarks in place, and we are actively developing new products as we speak. Last month in early April, we attended the Celebrating High School Innovators Pitch event and won both the main first place prize of $1,000 and as well as the People's Choice Vote. Now, the Stall Secure costs $2.74 to make, and we're currently selling it on our website for $9.99, which gives us a margin of about 72%. But we are currently working on ways to reduce production costs. Selling on our website is just the beginning, and we are planning to expand to large in-person and online retailers in the upcoming future. Now, we launched for sale on April 12th and have sold 51 units so far, and for our 4-year financial projections, we expect $15,000 for year 1, and using a 100% growth rate, we expect $30,000 for year 2, and for year 4, we expect $100,000, and that is including both B2C and B2B sales. If we win this competition today, we plan on using the funding to somehow mechanize the silicone roll just like a measuring tape so that there's no hassle in rolling up the silicone rubber, which takes about 10 to 15 seconds currently. We would also use the funding on things like trademarks, utility patents, an Instagram marketing campaign, and research and development for future products. We are Stall Secure, and remember, we secure the stall so you can do it all. Thank you for your time, and any questions?
All righty, folks. Thank you so much. Where were you again a few days ago? Judges, 2 minutes for questions. Cheyenne.
Are these made in the U.S. or?
So our current process is that we have manufacturers in China for everything besides the frame, and in the frame we have manufacturers in Canada. So to protect our IP, we didn't want to produce it in Canada and China because U.S. patents are only available in the U.S. of course, and that's where protection is. So we got our manufacturers to ship over the supplies, and then we make it ourselves currently.
I mean, my comment would be, I feel like this would be, I wish this was in my COD swag bag, today, and, to be honest. Also, you might want to consider, like, the retractable thing. That's a great idea, but you can even do some marketing on the silicone pull-down, too, as well, especially if it was part of a swag bag type thing. But really great. Do you know, is the blue part, is that 3D printed or is that manufactured in a machine? Do you know that, or what
Thank you, yeah. So the handles and the frame itself, it's 3D printed. It's made of PETG material, and that's consistent for us because if you can drop it, it won't break, and it's heat resistant for the dishwasher. And yeah, that's a very great idea. That's what we want to explore. We're currently B2C product, but we want to go business to business, so we can sell to companies or colleges, and we can actually decorate the silicone roll and make any color of the frame that they want. So that's a great idea. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Judges, any more questions? Yes, there.
What other products are you thinking about?
So currently, we also discovered something from a recent suggestion from one of our mentors. Bronze and copper, they actually have bacteria-killing agents. So we want to explore that, especially with the funding, especially since copper and metal to manufacture and especially cut to a certain size, it's going to be a lot more money compared to what we're doing right now. To somehow maybe implement that in our version 2 and to create other products, and maybe like door handles for business to business, sink handles, or even the toilet handles that you see when you flush down if there's no automatic toilet flusher.
Hey, folks, let's give Stall Secure another hand. Judges, 60 seconds to tally your notes. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the moment of truth. But before we announce winners, we have to tally the scores. So please give us about 10 to 15 minutes, but don't go anywhere because we still need your support. These students need your support. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for remaining here in the meantime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners for the 2024 Big Idea Pitch Competition have been determined. But before we go any further, let's have a round of applause for all our presenters for doing such a magnificent job today. As finalists for the competition, each of you receive a free 6-month membership at Innovation DuPage, and in order to help implement your business ideas. The top 3 winners will be announced in a minute with their cash prizes, but also the top winner will be announced on the John Williams radio program on WGN Radio in this upcoming week. So that's a little bit more excitement. So I'm going to hand it back over to Peter James so we can announce the winners. Thank you.
All right, folks, I don't know about you all, but this has been something. I would hate to be a judge, so let's give our judges a hand first and foremost. Thank you all. This was a tough job tonight, and again, kudos to all the presenters, all the students here. But now I would like to help announce who I would like to ask to come up to help announce the winners. Please let me welcome back to the stage Dean of Business and Applied Technology at the College of DuPage, Dr. Janice Kaushal. And Assistant Provost of Workforce, yes, and Assistant Provost of Workforce and Economic Development at College of DuPage, and President and Founder of Innovation DuPage, Dr. Joe Cassidy. Let's give them both a round of applause. All righty, folks, wow. What? Can I get some drum roll, folks? All righty. The 3rd place winner of the Big Idea 2024 Pitch Contest is Sign All. Let's give Sign All a hand, folks. We need pictures, stuff. That was $3,000. I don't know about you. I could use $3,000, right? All right, folks, drum roll again. The 2nd place winner of the Big Idea 2024 Pitch Contest is Junk Armor. Let's give them a hand, folks. Alrighty, folks, the moment we have all been waiting for. I don't know about you, this has been like tense, I'm sweating, maybe because I've been hosting tonight, maybe that's what it is. All right, folks, I want to actually give you all a round of applause for sitting in, supporting our students, being here tonight. This has been fabulous. Let's talk politics a little bit or something like that. No, okay, I'm just joking. Let's give the drum roll for our top prize winner. All right, folks, the winner of the Big Idea Pitch Contest 2024 is Stall Secure, folks. Let's give them a hand. All right, folks, this concludes our event. Let's give our judges a hand one more time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting innovation and entrepreneurship, especially from our young folks today. This has been fabulous, and have a great and safe evening. Take care. See you next year.